thought, so since coming out as a gay, I've been thinking back to all of my fixations with male celebrities and pop culture icons as I've grown up. And back then, especially when I was younger, I thought it was just because these guys were just so cool for no discernible reason. But of course now, I realise they were gay crushes. So today, I'm going to expose myself by remembering who these crushes were and are, and also grade them based on what I was thinking. Do they have the whole package? Or do I need help? But before I begin, me and Dan actually did some rating of some lads over on Stereo where we played Heartthrob again. It was super funny.
Russ, he's a musician and he likes his big trumpet.
That's a f***ing saxophone, you idiot. Oh my god. You're gonna get dragged by brass Twitter.
So if you've not checked out our shows yet, you can get your phone and tap the link below and install the app. It's free, and anyone that follows us is going to be entered into a random giveaway to win some stuff from our apartment we don't want anymore before we move. And also, we're throwing a Nintendo Switch Lite into the mix. So if you want to win this, one of those other things, follow us on the app, listen back to a show, and you could be a winner, baby. Back to the boys in question. I'm not assuming anyone's sexuality, by the way. I'm just saying if they were into me, this is how I'd feel. We're kicking things off with Robin Hood the Fox. I've got to be honest, from Disney. I'm not saying I'm a furry, but I feel like Disney is responsible for a lot of furries with all of these talking anthropomorphic, charismatic animals. He had so much charisma. I just fancied the essence of the fox, but not the physicality of the orange thing with the tail that probably had dog breath. You know what I'm saying? Some of you know what I'm saying. If we're rating my taste, he does have a lot going for him, despite having a tail. He gives to the rich. No, he gives to the poor and takes from the rich. Yes, that's great, commendable, kind boyfriend material, who wears a snazzy hat. I like someone that can accessorize. All things being said, he is a fox. I feel like he might eat mice. Mice? Said that weird. Mice. In front of me, which would be off-putting. We'd be at a restaurant, he'd be like, do you have a platter of mice? So I'm gonna give him a B and maybe hope he has some kind of Little Mermaid situation where he's transformed into the hot man version of the fox. Captain America, he actually overtook Thor as my biggest Avengers crush. It just happened, I think, around Infinity War / Endgame, maybe when he had the beard. Oh, the beard. But we're talking about my taste here, not his physical attributes. I feel like he'd be able to rescue me in a perilous situation. He's strong. He could definitely open that peanut butter jar I couldn't open earlier. He'd just be like, here you go, love. Can't think of many faults. Maybe I'd have some competition from Bucky, who would push me down the stairs out of jealousy or something like that. Okay, maybe spoiler, he'd go back in time to be with his wife in the past and leave me behind. But overall, he can't be faulted. He's getting an A, and that A is for America's ass. Benny boy from A1. Any lad questioning their sexuality growing up in the 90s would have known the confused feelings when looking at this guy. His hair was a choice, I know. But back then, it was the coolest thing ever. Everyone wanted the curtained hair. Myself and many boys growing up, we'd have private moments in the bathroom. Okay, this sounded... I was going to talk about hair mousse. That sounded wrong. Private moments in the bathroom, moosing their hair and looking in the mirror and thinking, wow, I kind of wanted to be him, but obviously looking back, I wanted to kiss him. I'm going to give him a C. Machoke. Right, you might be looking at your phone or your computer like, what is wrong with you, Phil? I agree, but just hear me out, okay? That is not a Pokemon. That just looks like a blue man. That looks like a sexy blue man if you're a confused growing up teenager. Pokemon trainers go and sleep with a Pikachu, cuddle it in bed. You wouldn't cuddle up to your Machoke, would you? It'd be weird. And why would it be weird? Because it looks like a blue man. I'm sure someone else has made a Machoke me daddy joke. Plus side, strong. It's gonna bring in the money if it wins the Pokemon Championship. Negatives, it only knows how to say its own name. So it's not gonna be a very conversational, two-sided relationship. If I'm like, hey, let's talk about our feelings. And then it's just like, Machoke. Also, I don't know how long Pokemon live. Do they live for about 5 years like a hamster? Or are they sticking around until the end of times? Then it's really sad when I'm an old, decrepit man and he's the same Machoke stroking my hair as I pass away. I'm gonna give it a C-. Will Smith from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Was it a crush? Or did I just want to be him? He was so cool. I strived to look as cool as him. Looking back on the fashion sense, it's still kind of iconic. He's the reason that I asked my mum for fluorescent pink and green t-shirts, which I think has molded my fashion sense going forward. I think that's some good taste. I'm gonna give him a B. Sarah Michelle Gellar, we've been over this. It wasn't a gay crush. I was just fixated on how incredible she was. She was kicking ass. She was a strong, empowered woman, destroying vampires, and she will always have a special place in my heart. Even if it's not a gay crush, she's getting an A+. While we're talking about Buffy, if you've never seen it, she's got 2 vampire love interests who are Angel and Spike. Both of them had my heart in different ways. Spike, leather jacket. He's a bad boy that I've always aspired to be and could never pull off. Oh my god, this does not suit me. There are a couple of small flaws though. He has killed hundreds of people in the time he's been alive. Not sure I'd be able to look past that one. And also he'd make references to things in the 18th century, like, you had to be there, and we just wouldn't get on. The mass murder is gonna bring him down, so he's gonna get my D. This D. Angel, the other vampire. I did fall for his handsome charms for a while, but he's far too broody for me. Plus side's very caring and loving, would probably fight to the death for me. Slight negative point, if he was gay and we ended up having sex and he had a moment of true happiness, he would lose his soul, murder me, and try and kill all my friends. That actually happens in the show, by the way. It's great. Is it worth it for a one-night stand with him? Maybe. He's getting my other D. Double D for the vampires. Sorry, guys. Goku! I watched a bit of Dragon Ball Z growing up, and I definitely had a crush on Goku. I mean, look at him. He's a sexy guy. He bursts out of his clothes when he gets angry. Also, he's got a lot of hairstyles. Sometimes he has a monkey tail. You get so many different boyfriends in one dating Goku. Negative sides, he's a bit bland, if we're being honest. Also, if he was gay and we were making out, I feel like he might go Super Saiyan and I could fly across the room and get injured. Overall, though, I think he's a catch. He's getting a B. Zac Efron. Everyone's had a crush on Zac Efron. I'm gonna do every character he's ever played. Maybe not Ted Bundy. He can sing. He can dance. He's got great hair. He's got a great face. He seems very friendly. Here's the thing though. If we're in the High School Musical universe, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to burst into song at any instance. I'd be like, all right, let's go, we're late. And he'll be like, I've lost my keys. Where are my... And I'll be like, no, Zac, stop. Stop it! Also, I feel like he's too perfect. There must be a sinister secret there to balance out the universe. Maybe he really likes wearing socks in the shower. There must be something. But on paper, that was a bit Love Island. On paper, I can't fault him. He's getting an A. Quite a recent one, Terry from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's so big, I just want him to sweep me away. As a tall guy, I've never been swept away before. I just want him to sweep me off my feet and put me in his pocket. And he seems really friendly and he's a great family man, so he's getting an A. Evan Peters, as a variety of characters. I mean, it depends which one you pick. If we're going to American Horror Story Asylum, I'll hang out with the aliens with him all day. Maybe not Cult, I'll avoid that guy. WandaVision spoilers for the next 20 seconds. Okay, Pietro. Specifically, I love his silver hair. I want that hair. He'd take me anywhere super fast. We could go to Paris in 20 seconds, but he was inherently evil and it turned out his name was Boner. And if we got married, I just don't think I could be called Phil Boner. So we're giving him a D for the D joke. And lastly, another one from my childhood. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I liked all of them. They were just hot to me, even though they were turtles. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had a problem. I don't find amphibians attractive now. I'm just saying they were cool. They ate pizza. I wanted to hang out with them and I wanted to date one of them. Let's say Donatello. I'm gonna give the turtle a T for turtle. Right, so who's our top 3? We've got Terry from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Zac Efron, and Captain America. Who am I gonna pick? All of them? No, it's got to be Captain America. Protect me with that shield, Steve. There we go. That was fun. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Expose any of your strange crushes in the comments below so I don't feel as weird. If you haven't checked out Me and Dan on Stereo, come to a show. Ask us some questions. They've been really fun. Just click the link below, come follow us, and you'll get a notification on your phone when we go live. We're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 PM UK time. Check out my last video where we played Cards Against Humanity. It was a huge mistake. You can subscribe, ding my bell if you still want to after I admitted fancying a turtle. Goodbye!